let's go see what Shayla's doing out here in the garden. I just got home from work. Levi's messing with the chicken tractor over there. I'm gonna use him for a demo on it here in a second. Show you how much of a difference it makes. I don't have the dolly made up yet for the front. That's gonna make it about 3 times as easy as it currently is for Levi. But see what Shayla's doing. Puxton's watering the plants with his water gun. We got our plants in a little late, but we did get a lot of them kind of cheap because it is late. Next year we want to grow a lot more from seed, but we've just been busy this year. Sucker Island's got him a plan. He's going to use that bucket and his water gun to water some plants. They're a little wilty right now, but once I get a drink of water, they'll come back. And they're fresh in the ground, so they got to get a root system going. But let's go over here and look at the chicken tractor. I'll show you some things on it. A couple of improvements I made. So whenever I went to buy the ridge cap for the chicken tractor, the ridge cap that I wanted was at Lowe's, and it was like $32 or something, and I just wasn't going to pay $32. I found it at Home Depot for like 15 bucks, you know, and I was like, well, I could probably do 2 chicken tractors out of it. That's reasonable. And this is actually dented up from Ryland being a little monkey and climbing up on there and stuff, but I'm not that worried about the aesthetics. Just, you know, I just didn't want water pouring straight in on the chickens. But it's like $15 at Home Depot and $32 at Lowe's. Lowe's wouldn't price match it because it was a ½ inch different. So I just opted not to do it. I was going to go to Home Depot, never got around to it, and ended up stopping in at a local hardware store, and it had this little crimped edge, which just doesn't look good. It just didn't fit right for what I wanted, but it was like 17 bucks, and I had to get it done. So that looks a little goofy, but Levi's going to demonstrate the difference it makes with my wheels that I just built. So here, pull that pin out, Levi. Pull the pin. You're pulling straight up. So the fit and finish on this bracket isn't done 100% yet, but pull it down and out. So basically what we got here, hold this up, Levi.
Okay.
So basically what we've got here is the wheels just sort of cam down. Just let it sit on the ground. So I built this bracket. The wheels will cam down, and whenever it's pinned in place, it jacks up the back of the chicken tractor just enough that it takes the load off the back, and this metal down at the bottom won't catch on the grass. One thing I didn't account for when I was figuring in the wheel height and whatnot was I measured to the top of this, but the type of hinge that I had on hand added like probably 3/8 of an inch to the height of this, so that takes off a little bit in the overall lift that it gives it in the back when this is pinned in. But overall it's not bad. It takes off a significant load, so we're gonna leave it in the up position like this, not cammed over, and Levi is gonna go give this thing a pull and see how far he can pull it, and then we're gonna cam it down and let him try. So go ahead, Levi. Pull as hard as you can. Pull. Pull. Come on, son, you can pull more than that. All right, that thing is pretty tough. All right, Levi, come here and hold the camera for a second. So, like I said, my fit and finish on that bracket right here. This, can you see this?
Yeah.
I'm pointing at that. This right here is not perfect, so I can't get this pin in yet. I need to, these holes were actually already in this piece of square. This was a piece of square tubing. I cut it, welded it back together to make it a piece of channel so that it would work for this. But so for right now, what you gotta do is you just gotta pick this up, put this in, wedge the pin in. That's not the way that it's gonna be forever, but that's the way it is right now. All right, now Levi, with that cam down, go around there and try to pull it, see if it makes a difference. Now keep in mind, look at that. Look at that. So it's actually, I mean, I wish that the hinge didn't affect the overall height of the lift, but it's actually just about perfect. So what I'm gonna do is, right now I just got this little piece of lifting strap there so that we can start moving the chickens properly. But I mean, it's practically nothing. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a little dolly to where you can actually pick up the front end, and that thing will just glide. It'll glide, it'll be able to turn. Like right now, I imagine if you try to go sideways, yeah, if you try to go sideways, it's a little bit rough, but you can see the amount of lift that it gives it in the back. But it's doing a good job. And this wire right here is only there because I used goat and sheep panel on the front, because I didn't want to cut a brand new panel, a horse panel, just to put it on the front. And then I ended up putting some smaller chicks in there for a while, and they were getting out of that. But aesthetically, it looks kind of silly and trashy. But I built some roost poles in here. Put a couple of roost poles in here, and I'm thinking I'm going to build a nest box that will fit just right back here on the edge of these two pieces of roost pole. And I think I'm gonna make a little 2-hole nest box, or maybe just one bigger nest box, because they tend to share. I mean, I've had 10 chickens and they all wanted to lay in the same nest box, so it didn't really matter. But I think I might just make a little nest box tray that sits back on there, and I'll probably tap into that piece of square tubing right there, make a little nest box tray. The only problem I have with that is they may just want to roost in it and crap in it. So, but that's the 2 additions to the chicken tractor.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.